First thing to say is the Fed is completely honest, totally trying to do the right thing, and any suggestion that they're behaving politically of the kind we've seen in the campaign, I think is ludicrous. Janet Yellen is the least political person in the city of Washington, and the political thing to do isn't to be calling for increases in rates. So I think what needs to be very, very clear about that at the beginning. That said, I look at the economy, and unemployment is below target, and inflation is below target as well. So that doesn't seem like a time to be stepping on the brakes. And inflation expectations have actually declined significantly over the last year. That's another reason not to step on the brakes.
Did they miss their window, though? I mean, was this?
I don't know whether they had a window or not, because we haven't had a moment when inflation expectations have been anywhere near 2% as captured in the market. I think what's going on is what I warned about several years ago when I talked about secular stagnation, which is a whole set of structural changes in our economy mean that the neutral interest rate, the one that propels things forward stably at full employment, is much lower than it used to be. And the Fed's moved some on that, but the Fed hasn't moved nearly as far as the market on that. And the Fed right now is behind the curve on the recession deflation problem. The market is telling you that rates are only headed up as far as 1.1% on an expected, 1.5%, somewhere in there, on an expected value basis. And the Fed's saying they're going to be raising them to 3. If the Fed was that far behind the curve on an inflation problem, there'd be some kind of generalized hysteria out there in the marketplace. And yet you have exactly that pattern in the other direction. And I look at the number of people who are without work, in many cases because they've withdrawn from the labor force, the fact that total hours in the economy, which is probably a better measure than the total number of people, has been flat for the last 6 months. I look at the Fed's own labor dashboard, labor market dashboard. I look at the degree of uncertainty that exists in the global economy, and I say, why is this the moment for the brakes? Look at it another way. They raised rates in December. Well, you know, because of that, the economy was presumably a little tighter, a little slower than it otherwise would have been. They're well short on growth and well short of inflation expectations in terms of their forecasts from December. So if they hadn't raised rates last December, they would have been closer to those things. They've missed on their forecast every year for the last 7. Well, at a certain point, you sort of got to learn something from that.
Hey, CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.